For 25 years, there was only one way to know anything. You Googled it. Not searched for it, not looked it up. You Googled it. The brand became the verb. The company became the action. The corporation became the infrastructure of human curiosity itself. Google wasn't just a search engine. Google was the gateway to all knowledge, the oracle, the librarian of the entire species. Every question humanity had, from how to boil an egg to symptoms of heart disease to why do I feel empty, was filtered through one white rectangular box with a blinking cursor. 6 billion searches per day, every single day, for a quarter century. That's not market dominance, that's monotheism. Google was God, and we were the faithful, returning to the altar 6 billion times a day, offering our questions, receiving our answers, clicking our ads, generating our tithes. And for 25 years, this system worked, not just for Google, for everyone who understood how to speak its language, for everyone who learned to worship correctly, people like Marcus. Marcus is 38 years old. He lives in Austin, Texas. He has a wife, 2 kids, a mortgage on a 3-bedroom house in a decent suburb, and a 2019 Honda Accord with 67,000 miles on it. Marcus is also a high priest in the Church of Google. His official title is Digital Marketing Specialist, but that's corporate language for what he actually does. He decodes Google's algorithm. He understands PageRank. He knows how to build backlinks. He can optimize meta descriptions. He speaks fluent SEO, keyword density, domain authority, EAT signals, core web vitals. For the past 11 years, Marcus has made a living by understanding one fundamental truth. If you rank on the first page of Google, you win. If you don't exist. He works for an agency that manages 74 clients, e-commerce stores, SaaS companies, local service businesses, law firms. They pay between $3,000 and $18,000 per month for one service, visibility on Google. Marcus personally manages 22 of these accounts. He makes $120,000 a year plus a 5% commission on renewals. Last year, he cleared $146,000 total. Not wealthy, but comfortable, stable, predictable. His entire life is built on a simple equation. Google controls information flow, Marcus controls Google rankings, clients pay Marcus, Marcus pays his mortgage. Every month, like clockwork, the system works. Clients stay lanked, revenue flows in, paychecks arrive, the mortgage gets paid, the kids go to their school, life continues. Marcus's world is completely, utterly, totally dependent on one assumption, that people will always need Google, that the white rectangular box with the blinking cursor will remain the gateway, that the way we've accessed information for 25 years will continue forever.
On November 29, 2022, this assumption was still true. On November 30th, 2022, everything changed. But to understand how Marcus's world ended, we need to go back 5 years, to a moment that almost nobody outside of Silicon Valley noticed, a moment that planted the seed of Google's destruction. June 12, 2017, Mountain View, California, Google Research Division. 8 researchers publish a paper. Academic, dense, boring to most people. The title is Attention is All You Need. It's 30 pages of mathematical notation and neural network architecture diagrams. It gets posted on Archive, the online repository for research papers. A few hundred AI researchers read it. Most people ignore it. But this paper is a weapon, a blueprint, an instruction manual for building artificial general intelligence. The paper introduces something called the transformer architecture. Without getting lost in technical details, here's what matters. These researchers at Google just figured out how to make AI actually understand language. Not just match keywords, not just pattern match. Actually comprehend context, meaning, nuance. This is the technology that powers ChatGPT, that powers Claude, that powers every large language model you've ever used. Google invented it. Google created the weapon that would eventually destroy them. And then, and this is the critical part, they did nothing with it. Well, that's not entirely true. They did do something. They published the paper, they let the world see it, they got academic credit, their researchers got citations, everyone patted themselves on the back for advancing the field of AI. But they didn't ship it. They didn't build a product. They didn't release it to the public. They kept it inside. They made it an internal tool. They used it to improve their search results by 0.3%. They used it to make their ad targeting slightly more accurate. They took the most transformative technology in a generation and used it to optimize their existing cash cow. Why? Because Google was facing what every dominant empire eventually faces, the innovator's dilemma. Let me explain. Google makes $200 billion per year. The vast majority of that, over 80%, comes from advertising, specifically from search advertising. The entire business model works like this. Step 1, you have a question. Step 2, you type it into Google. Step 3, Google shows you 10 blue links. Step 4, some of those links are ads. Step 5, you click on a link. Step 6, you leave Google. Step 7, Google gets paid. This model requires something absolutely critical: the click, the departure, the journey from Google to somewhere else. Google is not the destination. Google is the middleman, the gateway. Now imagine what happens if Google releases AI that answers questions directly. You ask, what are the symptoms of diabetes? Instead of 10 blue links, Google's AI just tells you, right there. Complete answer, accurate, helpful. No clicking required. You got what you needed? You're satisfied. You close the tab. Google just gave you value, but Google made $0 because you didn't click, you didn't visit another website, you didn't see ads, you didn't generate revenue. Google just spent computational resources, engineering talent, and electricity to answer your question for free. They destroyed their own business model. This is the innovator's dilemma. When the next evolution of your product would cannibalize your current profit stream, you're incentivized not to innovate. You're incentivized to protect what you have, even if what you have is destined to become obsolete. So Google sat on the transformer technology. They published papers about it. They talked about responsible AI and ethical considerations. They formed committees. They ran pilots. They had meetings about meetings. They did everything except the one thing that mattered: ship it. Meanwhile, someone else was watching. Someone who didn't have $200 billion in search advertising revenue to protect. Someone who had nothing to lose and everything to gain. His name was Sam Altman, and he was about to burn Google's empire to the ground.
Sam Altman doesn't look like a revolutionary. He looks like a teenager who borrowed his father's blazer for a job interview. Soft-spoken, polite, he smiles a lot. He tweets inspirational quotes about the future. But make no mistake, this man is a predator. In 2015, Altman co-founded OpenAI with backing from Elon Musk, Reid Hoffman, and several other Silicon Valley billionaires. The stated mission was noble, almost naive: ensure that artificial general intelligence benefits all of humanity. Beautiful words, inspiring, the kind of thing you put on a website to make donors feel good. But Altman understood something that Google had forgotten. In technology, the company that ships first wins. Not the company with the best research, not the company with the most PhDs, the company that gets a working product into users' hands first. Google had the transformer architecture in 2017. OpenAI didn't even have a working language model yet. But OpenAI had something Google didn't: speed, hunger, recklessness.
Google had 190,000 employees, 17 layers of management, legal teams, ethics boards, PR departments, and shareholders to satisfy. OpenAI had 100 researchers, a basement full of GPUs, and a willingness to move fast and break things. Google spent 5 years running safety tests and forming committees. OpenAI spent 5 years building. By 2020, OpenAI released GPT-3. It was impressive. It could write coherent text. It could answer questions. But it was still academic, still research-focused, still not a consumer product. The tech world noticed. Google noticed. But nobody panicked. It was interesting, a novelty, a research achievement. Then came 2022. OpenAI took GPT-3, improved it, fine-tuned it with human feedback, wrapped it in a simple chat interface, and called it ChatGPT. No committees, no 18-month safety review, no carefully orchestrated PR campaign. They just released it on a Wednesday, November 30th, 2022, and the world exploded. November 30th, 2022, 10:47 a.m. Pacific Time. Marcus is at his desk. He's on a Zoom call with a client, explaining why their organic traffic dropped 4% last month. It's normal fluctuation, he's saying. Google makes constant micro-adjustments. We'll recover next month. In another window, he has Twitter open. He sees a tweet from someone he follows. This ChatGPT thing is absolutely insane. I just had it write an entire blog post in 30 seconds. Marcus clicks the link, opens ChatGPT, creates an account. He types, "Write a 500-word SEO-optimized blog post about the benefits of meditation for stress relief." 3 seconds, a complete article, well-structured, coherent, keyword-optimized, ready to publish. Marcus stares at the screen. His client is still talking in the Zoom window, but Marcus isn't hearing words anymore. He's hearing something else, something that sounds like the distant rumble of an earthquake. He types another prompt. Create a content calendar for a fitness brand targeting weight loss keywords. 15 seconds, complete calendar, 30 days, titles, topics, keyword targets, content angles. This would have taken Marcus 3 hours. The AI did it in 15 seconds, for free. Marcus's hands start to feel cold. He types, "Analyze this competitor website and suggest SEO improvements." He pastes a URL. The AI analyzes it, provides 10 specific actionable recommendations. Each one is something Marcus would have charged $800 to deliver. Marcus closes his laptop. The client is still talking. Marcus unmutes himself. "I'm sorry, I need to call you back. Emergency." He hangs up. He sits in silence for 11 minutes. Then he opens his phone and texts his wife, "We need to talk tonight about my job."
2,400 miles away in Mountain View, California, a different kind of panic is beginning. It's 11:30 a.m. A senior product manager at Google, we'll call him David because Google has 17 Davids in middle management, bursts into his director's office without knocking. "Have you seen this ChatGPT thing?" The director hasn't. David pulls it up on his laptop, demonstrates it, shows query after query being answered instantly, coherently, helpfully. No 10 blue links, no ads, no clicks, just answers. The director's face goes pale. How many users? David checks. It hit 100,000 in the first 6 hours. It's accelerating. By 1 p.m., the meeting has expanded to 14 people. By 3 p.m., executives from Search, Ads, and Cloud are on the call. By 5 p.m., Sundar Pichai, the CEO of Google, is being briefed. By 6 p.m., the phrase "Code Red" is in an email with the subject line, "OpenAI Competitive Response, Urgent." Google just watched a research lab with 1/100th of their resources release a product in 1 day that threatens the foundation of their entire business model. And the worst part? OpenAI built it using Google's own technology, the transformer architecture that Google invented and then sat on. Google created the weapon, published the blueprint, and then watched while someone else picked it up and used it to storm their castle. This is what happens when a bureaucratic giant becomes too comfortable. The barbarians don't wait for your committee meetings to finish. They just build and ship and win. December 2nd, 2022, ChatGPT has 1 million users, faster than Instagram, faster than Facebook, faster than any consumer application in recorded history. All the things that used to require searching are now just answered directly, immediately, conversationally. The white rectangular box with the blinking cursor is starting to feel obsolete, and Marcus is sitting at his kitchen table with his wife, explaining something he's never had to explain before. I don't know if my job is going to exist in a year. The entire industry is built on people needing Google. If people stop using Google, if they get answers from AI instead, then SEO doesn't matter. My clients won't need me. Marcus doesn't have an answer because he's starting to realize something that most people haven't figured out yet. The information economy, the sector that the middle class built their lives on, is about to collapse. For the past 25 years, an entire class of jobs emerged around a simple premise. People have questions, people use Google, people need help navigating Google. SEO specialists, content writers, digital marketers, affiliate marketers, social media managers, millions of them exist because of one assumption. People search on Google and click on results. But ChatGPT breaks this model completely. You don't search, you ask. You don't click, you read. No click means no website traffic. No traffic means no ad revenue. No ad revenue means no need for SEO. No need for SEO means no need for Marcus. And it's not just Marcus. It's the content writer in Manila. It's the marketing manager in Toronto. It's the web developer in Ohio. All of them are watching the foundation of their industry crumble in real time. They see ChatGPT as a cool tool. They don't see it as the replacement. But Marcus sees it because Marcus is smart enough to run the simulation forward. The entire supply chain, from content creation to traffic generation, is being automated. And automation doesn't create new jobs for the people it replaces, it eliminates them. Google just learned the same lesson that every dominant empire learns eventually. The biggest threat doesn't come from your competitors, it comes from your own complacency. By January 2023, it's at 100 million users, the fastest growing consumer application in human history. Microsoft announces they're investing $10 billion into OpenAI. And Marcus is updating his resume because his largest client just sent an email. Hey Marcus, we've been experimenting with this ChatGPT thing. We might need to reduce our retainer. AI just made Marcus redundant. The king of everything is falling. And when kings fall, the kingdom doesn't transition smoothly to democracy. It burns.
But this isn't just a story of collapse. It's a story of opportunity. The king of everything is falling, but 1,000 new emperors are rising, and you can be one of them. To survive, you must understand the core shift, the move from execution to orchestration. Google was the king of finding execution. You searched for someone to do the work. Now AI does the work. Execution, writing code, designing, analyzing, is now a commodity. It costs $20 a month. What matters now is orchestration, the vision, the strategy, and the ability to direct AI agents. Sam Altman, CEO of OpenAI, predicted that soon we will see the first one-person billion-dollar company. One human mind, one vision, commanding an army of AI tools that never sleep and never quit. Marcus realized this. He stopped being a Google slave. He stopped trying to please an algorithm. He began building his own intelligence network. He used AI to automate the content, the SEO, and the sales. He became the architect, not the laborer. The bottleneck is no longer your skills. It is your courage to build before you are ready. The information economy is dead. The system economy is here. Don't wait for Google to save you. Build your own empire using the tool that destroyed theirs. The window is open, but it is closing fast. Which side of history will you be on? Stop searching. Start building. This is AI Empires.